Former Congressman Kerry Bentivolio is taking his fight to the streets of the United States in support of our veterans. The congressman, who served from 2013 to 2015, is a veteran having served in both the Vietnam War as well as in Iraq. Now, with me is Congressman Bentivolio.
First of all, Andy, thank you very much for having me on, but I want to tell you, I can't sit on my hands anymore. I'm sick and tired of this bureaucratic mumbo-jumbo promises. We've been hearing this as veterans for 45 years. 300,000 veterans died waiting for VA health care, according to the Inspector General, another 600,000 waiting, and here we are, VA's backstepping and saying, oh, that's not true, and you know what, I've been there and done that. I've been to the VA. When I applied, 11 months later, they called me up and they told me they lost my medical records. Come on. This is a federal agency. These people are sitting on their butts and doing nothing and protecting their own jobs. I've got 120 veterans, according to some statistics I've read, of veterans who committed suicide. They can't find jobs. We're importing 80,000 refugees, giving them jobs, food stamps, free housing, free medical care, and a check every month. And you can't take care of our veterans? Enough is enough. I'm calling these congressmen to task. I can't do it because I'm prevented to do it as a lobbyist, and I can't do that until after January 4th of next year because I'm prevented for 1 year after leaving office. So I'm talking to everybody, every VFW hall, American Legion hall, every policeman, every sheriff, anybody that wants to listen. I'll tell them, call your congressman and tell them to get on the stick and start honoring the promises they made to our veterans for serving and protecting this country.
Right, and now you've also served in 2 wars. You were not only in Iraq, but you were the sole member of Congress to be in Iraq and Vietnam. So you have seen the VA over a lifetime.
Yeah, 27 years total. I served as an infantry rifleman in Vietnam. I carry the CID. It's on my DD Farm 214. And I served in Iraq and on the home front for Desert Storm. But this is the thing. We have been dealing with this since Vietnam. It's crazy. They used to have us go in the office to VA. You sit there all day waiting because they're, in the military, we get it, hurry up and wait. But then what happens is they come out at 5 o'clock saying, hey, we couldn't get to you today, come back tomorrow. And the next day you'd come back and you'd wait all day for them to tell you, oh, I'm sorry, we can't get to you today, can you come back the next day? And finally you just say to hell with it, and you don't go back. And so we avoided the VA like the plague because it was just a dumping ground for federal employees that can't get a job anywhere else. I talked to doctors there. When I did see a doctor and a nurse, I got excellent care. But the administration there, it's terrible. These people are there covering their own butt. They spend more time crossing their T's and dotting their I's than you do focusing on the veteran. That's their mission. Take care of veterans, and they're not doing that.
You were up on the Hill. You had 1 term, and we know that's just not long enough. But as a veteran, you've also watched Congress talk all of they have, all of these years, going back wars, and yet for all the promises, Congress has done nothing to really fix the VA. It's like DHS, where they need to shred it and rebuild it.
And the congressman I tried to talk to on the Hill, they're so busy trying to get reelected. And maybe they were right because they got reelected and I didn't. Our number 1 priority was always veterans. When you have 100 issues a day that you're going through 100 issues a week, even though number 1 is veterans, sometimes it gets a little in the fog of battle, so to speak, gets hidden. But always coming back. What are we doing? I got to visit this. And then you get that Washington shuffle. Well, we don't really want you visiting these VA hospitals. We don't want you to visit the medical holding units for our soldiers. So we'll try and arrange that. And the next thing you know, it's months go by. And you know what? If I had the opportunity again and knew what I know now, I'd be kicking butt and taking name. That's just the way it is. 2 years, never held office before, but we accomplished some great things. Got 3 bills passed. And I was working on the veterans issues. Every time a veterans bill came up, I read the bill. I made sure I was a co-sponsor on it. That's what it was. And I even introduced a couple. So here's the thing. Honor the agreement with the veterans. What was once up is now down, and what was down is now up. It's crazy.
Okay, and that was former Congressman Kerry Bentivolio on the road. And, of course, he's traveling by bike from his home in Milford, Michigan to Washington, D.C. he has also put together a website and is setting up a nonprofit organization. The website is justiceforourveterans.com. And as he says, call your senators and representatives. I'm walking, but you can join in this fight. You can call. You can schedule me to speak on my route. So go through the website, justiceforourveterans.com.